Hi, and welcome to Strap a Watch. Michael Knapp Leather. Pretty interesting strap build out you're gonna see me make on today's episode. And it's for an IWC Big Pilot watch, a classic Big Pilot. And I'll tell you what, I am a huge IWC fan. I don't know about you guys, but I just think they're super classy. And so the gentleman who owns this, his name is Mr. Gregor Cameron. He's out of the UK. And thank you, Gregor, for the order and really for pushing my limits of something I had never made before. I'd never seen one of these straps. It's very unique, very challenging build, okay? And that's why I really wanted to highlight and do a show on this. Not just that I love the watches, but this strap. So Gregor reached out to me about a month ago, sent pictures, and then he even sent blueprints of exactly how he wanted the strap made. How thick it was to be where the lug pin is, how thick it is to be at the point, how it's supposed to taper, exactly where and how much, and everything, the stitching pattern. It's a very strange size because it's a 145 point end by a 53 buckle end. It's a very classic old school style strap for actual pilots that they could also put over a jacket and what have you. So really cool idea. And again, thank you, Gregor, for being patient, and all the other folks who've ordered straps, and my subscribers as well. I've had to get caught up. I announced this a few weeks ago that, yeah, I'm gonna be taking some weekends off from putting out a show so that I can get caught up on my leather straps, because I've just been slammed. Ocean O'Malley of the Timeless Watch channel, man, every time he has announced, and he did this 3 plugs on me on 3 of his shows. Thank you so much. But every time I got over 20 orders within a few days, and just slammed me, just flooded me with orders. And if you don't know about the Timeless Watch channel, that's my favorite watch channel. Check it out. He's doing this one right now on watches in the movies, and it's really cool. It's really cool. So check out Ocean's The Timeless Watch channel. So that's what you're going to see me do on today's show. Build this strap out, see how intricate it is. We'll go into IWC. I'll show some pictures too of some of the straps that I made over the course of the last few weeks. So stick around. After the intro, we'll get right into it. Thank you so much for joining me today on Strap a Watch. And here once again is Gregor's IWC Big Pilot. And that's the strap that he had. He likes that style. So you can see how intricate that is, how it tapers, that angled cuts on the taper. Look how short this buckle end really is. There's his deployment clasp. And look, he's wearing a Milgauss, my kind of guy, man. I dig it. And you'll see coming up too a little bit later on, I had a doctor in Anchorage, Alaska. Chris, thank you so much for your order. Here are the blueprints. But he has, this Chris fella in Anchorage, all 3 of the modern Rolex Milgausses, the white, black, and Z blue. And he ordered 4 straps from me, so I'll show you those coming up. But here is the IWC website itself. There is the actual same watch, the Big Pilot. You can see the list price on it currently is $12,900. And here are some of the specs. So you can always go back and check out the specs. And I'll be showcasing my favorite IWC here shortly. But here are the blueprints that Gregor sent. Gregor, I'm not sure if he's an architect, if he's something. I mean, he's got a lot of credentials behind his name. And again, he's in the UK. And he works for some type of a consulting firm, or it's his own business, his own outfit. I'm not 100% sure. but you can tell just by, you know, all of the questions and him sending me all of that blueprint how precise, you know, this needs to be, because he's he's definitely particular about what he wants. But this is my favorite IWC. It's almost, some of you need to be in the know to know what watch this is. But this is the Portugieser. It's my favorite. This is a very unique model, but it's my favorite IWC. And yes, one of these days I will be getting one. And here is that doctor's order. I sent this out last week. So it was a, you know, pretty involved order. It's all the same size because they're all the same. For a Milgauss, I put in curved lug pins on all the straps. I started with a black and then did the brown second. So they have their own kind of unique personalities. But I did these two tan at the same time. They're like twins, except one with white stitching and one with the orange stitching. And then this was another build I did. And here's another one. Just really been busy, you guys, and thank you again for being patient. And I had a lot of other photos, and then there's people that don't send photos. I just, you know, I don't have time to put in all the photos, but those were just some of the ones I had received recently. And thank you guys so much for your orders and being patient. But I always say, you know, Strap a Watch, no, it's not about promoting me selling watch straps. It's all about promoting the enthusiasm of wearing watches and leather watch straps. But I really do appreciate the orders. I just changed my website completely. It's a brand new website, actually, and it's through a new hosting service and a new e-commerce service and a whole new merchant account platform. Still utilizing PayPal as well, but you can also pay by credit card encryption, and it's very safe, but a lot more robust. And I've recently gotten some more leather, and I've got some other shell Cordovans coming in, so I'll be enhancing the store page over the course of the next couple of weeks. And pretty excited about that. Rocky Mountain Leather once again has Shinki Hikaku in stock. So I got 3 chips of that intense blue because it went out so fast. I actually got a red and a couple other colors. I'm so thrilled with that leather, you guys, I can't tell you. And it's buku bucks, but man, you can't beat the quality. And I've been getting a number of shell Cordovan orders. This is a Horween bourbon tan shell Cordovan right here. And I've had a number of those. I also have a tan Shinki Hikaku that's tremendous. That's what those 2 tan ones that I did for Chris, the doctor in Anchorage, Alaska. Those were tan Shinki Hikaku. So if you want to go back and check out that color, and the quality's just superb. I think it's better than Horween. I really do. People ask me that all the time. But here you can see what I'm doing are these cuts. I can't tell you how tough this build really was. If you're not a leather crafter, you wouldn't know. There's just so much involved, and going from a 5mm thickness at the lug pin area, tapering down to 3mm. That's hard enough, let alone. But you know, getting it where the lug pins are set in to be able to accommodate fitting within the lugs of the watch, and just everything about this was a tough build. It really was, you know. And I had never made one before, so you know, anytime you're doing something brand new, you have to really think things out and plan. And then, you know, I mean, if I had enough time to be able to do a few more, I'd get really good at it. But this is my first one. And even so, I think it turned out really very sweet. You know I could do better if I had enough time to make a few more. I just don't have time. I mean, honest, guys, I just don't have time. And And leather crafting, it's an art, it's a craft. These are not, you know, machine made in any way. You can see that. And I always use this analogy too, because every once in a while you get these kind of engineered type of guys, especially, that, you know, I mean, they'll maybe make a comment or a complaint even about, you know, one little thing might be off or whatever. And you know, I have to remind them, this is handmade piece of art. And it's like the difference between a painting and a photograph. You know, a factory-made watch strap that's all machine-made. Yeah, it's perfect because it's made like it's a photograph. You know, I mean, it's made by a computer, basically. You know, with robots cutting everything out and sewing it all together and everything. And this is handmade, so this is like a painting compared to a photograph. You know, that's the difference. You're making every single piece by hand. And so, I mean, it's not an absolute perfect piece ever. You know, you're dealing with an imperfect, natural product of leather, and then my imperfect hands are making this. But, you know, I strive to make it the very best I can make it. And my goal is to be one of the best leather watch strap makers someday in the world. You know, I've been now doing just mainly straps for about a year and a half. But I've been leather crafting since the late 80s. And, you know, that was not full-time. I would really get into it for a few years and put it down for a year and pick it back up. But here you can see this is the final product, and I think it turned out great. See, that's where the back stitching is. I've had guys complain about that, but that's just part of hand saddle stitching right there. Those two little thicker spots, that's the back stitch to hold the stitching in. So here's the reverse side. There's my logo. But look at that buckle end. I mean, that was tough. I had to actually sew that secondary keeper in place with it on the strap itself. So I've never had to do that before. But check out this edge work. I think it turned out pretty good. I really do. So yeah, final product. I love it. I think it's pretty sweet. You know. So listen, you guys. Thanks again for being patient, and I appreciate you joining me today. This was a fun project. It really was, as difficult as it was. So God bless you all, and until next time, keep on ticking.